Donald Trump says it's down to Democrats to reopen the US government as the shutdown enters its 34th day. In an interview with CBS News 60 Minutes program, President described Democrats as crazed lunatics, but offered no plan to address the gaps between them and the Republicans on issues such as healthcare costs. Republicans are currently refusing to budge on extending government healthcare subsidies to over 20 million Americans. It's a real sticking point in the negotiations for Democrats. Now, in that CBS News interview, Mr. Trump was asked what he was doing as president to help Congress reach a deal.
You have helped end these government shutdowns in the past when they came about, and you did it by bringing.
I'm very good at it,
you
but I'm
brought
not going to do it by. I'm not going to do it by extortion. I'm not going to do it by being extorted by the Democrats who have lost their way. There's something wrong with these people.
So then what happens on November 15th when the troops don't get a paycheck?
Schumer is a basket case, and he has nothing to lose. He's become, I just left Japan, he's become a kamikaze pilot.
Sounds like it's not going to get solved, the shutdown.
It's going to get solved, yeah. Oh, it's going to get solved.
How?
We'll get it solved. Eventually, they're going to have to vote.
You're saying the Democrats will capitulate?
I think they have to.
Let's take you to CBS correspondent Jared Hill, who joins us now from New York. It's so intractable as things stand at the moment, Jared, but would you say it's the Democrats who are actually winning the politics around the shutdown?
Yes and no. I mean, this is a really interesting situation, Lucy, because we've seen over the past couple of weeks or so, according to the latest CBS News polling, that now people, generally speaking across the country, feel that both parties are to blame for what's happening with the government shutdown. What ends up happening from here is still a big question because, as we've seen, we had food assistance benefits expiring over the weekend. There is a major series of major U.S. elections happening just tomorrow, in fact. And so one of the questions is going to be the longer that this shutdown goes on and the more Americans say that they're feeling the impact or concerned about the impacts, whether it's to themselves individually or to the American economy, will that sway either side to the negotiating table in a different way?
Can you explain, Jared, what the situation is around the filibuster?
Right, so the filibuster is this rule that basically says within the Senate, they have to have 60 votes to pass a certain type of bill. And in this case, it would be to fund the government. 60 out of the 100 senators would have to vote in favor of this. We have not been able to see those 60 senators sign on to this thing yet. Democrats, again, continuing to say they will not vote on this unless there is either some sort of conversation about health care subsidies or if there is not a healthcare subsidy aspect included in this bill to fund the government. Now, the filibuster, getting rid of the filibuster would allow for Republicans to push that through without Democrat support. But the thing is, this begins to open the floodgates for changing the way that lawmakers on Capitol Hill look at negotiating with any kind of a bill, potentially pushing both sides in the direction of just trying to go it alone whenever they can't get the other side to come along and really come to the table. And that would then fundamentally break down, some say, the way that the Senate operates and the way that it's designed to operate. Again, a much slower process by design than the House, which is, our version of the lower house.
There are some pretty key elections happening this week as well across the U.S., Jared. How could that affect things?
So that's going to be a question. I mean, on one hand, some of these elections can be seen as a bit of a referendum or a test of the first couple of months of this second Trump administration, but also it's seen as a bit of a test for where the Democratic Party is, because some of these elections are happening in pretty much Democratic strongholds, including in New York City. But again, the question remains, if there is a bit of a pushback against Democratic politicians and Democratic policies tomorrow, could that mean that Democrats then start to cave and decide to just sign on to the Republicans' bill to continue funding the government? Or does this continue to give them footing to say, no, Americans believe that what we're doing is right, you guys should come to our side of the table? No end in sight at this point, and so something at some point is going to have to break.